Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play NBA 2K18 und ja, ich habe ein bisschen trainiert. Ich habe ja eigentlich gesagt, ich melde mich erst wieder, wenn ich im Level aufgestiegen bin. Ihr seht, es ist immer noch die 60 da, aber ich habe da so ein bisschen, warte mal, wo bin ich denn hier? Bisschen trainiert. Wir gucken uns das mal kurz an, damit ihr es mir auch glaubt. Wo kann ich denn das sehen? Ah, das kann man ja nicht sehen. Also ich habe jetzt etwa 40%. Das war ganz schön anstrengend. Also es geht hier nicht so schnell zu leveln wie in NBA 2K17. Zumindest nicht über das Training in der Muckibude. Aber es gibt bestimmt andere Möglichkeiten, die finde ich auch garantiert irgendwann noch raus. Aber jetzt haben wir erstmal einen Auftrag. Das Handy hat ja wieder geklingelt gehabt, ne? Und ich darf mir eine Bezahlung abholen. Die habe ich auch noch nicht abgeholt. Hier, die holen wir schnell ab und dann spielen wir das nächste Spiel. Weil das ist das, was dieses Spiel ausmacht, die Spiele. Und ich finde schon irgendwann noch eine Lösung, dass ich hier schneller level. Die müssen ja auch irgendwie alle so hochgekommen sein, so schnell. Oder sie suchten halt durch seit Release, haben noch keine Pause gemacht. Das kann natürlich auch sein, aber das ist ja. Ich muss ja die Videos auch noch rendern und auch noch andere Videos zwischendrin machen und auch noch ein paar Tests schreiben und so ganzen Kram. Also ich habe genug zu tun. So, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, was ich für die Autogrammstunde denn so kassieren kann.
What's up, Brian? Said you have something for me?
I do indeed. Here you go.
Nice, man.
Ah,
Hashtag cats. Hashtag hilarious.
naja, 175 waren zumindest mal mehr, glaube ich, als von der Fahrschule. So, und das war jetzt mal ein langer Vorspann heute. Jetzt geht's rein ins nächste Spiel. Und ja, wir hören uns in der Halbzeit wieder. Ich wünsche euch viel Spaß beim Spiel und bis gleich. Und hoffentlich wird es wieder so ein geiles Match wie das letzte.
Now it's time for 2K TV Interactive. What was my first high school I went to? The first high school I went to was Montclair Kimberly Academy.
NBA 2K18 is our most realistic NBA simulation to date. And in order to do well, you have got to have some basketball IQ. To help you guys get started in your My Career journey, we have Scott OG with his winning tips.
What's going on, 2K fans? Scott O'Gallagher here, and it's time for some winning tips. All season long, join me right here as we break down basketball concepts to give you a competitive edge in NBA 2K18. So let's start with two things that everyone needs to be aware of, and that's your spacing on offense and your proper positioning on defense. On offense, spacing is vital. We want to give the ball handler room to work, and you need to create passing lanes for your teammates. If there's one thing I see a lot of, it's players chasing the basketball. When you chase the basketball, it condenses the space the ball handler can work with, and it lets a single player guard multiple offensive players. In most NBA offenses, you will see one of three sets: 3 out, 4 out, and 5 out. And you're asking, what does the out mean? This tells you the number of players on the perimeter outside of the three-point line. While on offense, it's important to try to occupy one of these open areas. Those are the wings, the corners, the high post, the low post, or the point. Say it with me now. I know you've heard it before. Defense wins championships. I'm always telling kids everywhere around the world, you can't run if you're getting the ball out of the net. And there's nothing better than breaking the will of your opponent by playing suffocating defense. No matter.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. The action tonight will be happening out in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will be going up against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And of course, in action tonight will be Shammy Wells. He can take over a game if you let him, but at times he can fade in and out of a contest. Your thoughts, Kenny, on his game?
Well, you know what? We all had one teammate that, would fade in and out and focus and out. Sometimes we were that teammate, but, on this team, it's Shammy.
Well, he's a good player, but there's a reason why he hasn't made most of his skill set. They say hard work beats talent, and talent doesn't work hard.
No, it's kind of like hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work.
That's what I just said.
I think you said and.
Well, and win, same thing.
Well,
just for you kids at home, though. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's what I said.
No,
remember, give the kids at home another word of advice, will you?
I hate to do it to you guys.
Whoa! He's upset.
That's what I said.
Let me see if I can do that.
It's not working, honey. I think Shaq can do it with one hand. Oh!
Sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony from the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Looking at that last game for the Los Angeles Clippers, it was a win against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role, and that night, it was about scoring.
Well, on the road, you need as many contributors as you can find. The reserves definitely helped fuel the win that time.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, DJ has had to make his own path to the NBA. He went undrafted, but he was able to get a contract after some tryouts and training camp. He didn't commit to pursuing basketball until later in his development. Kevin?
David, thank you so much. Not the traditional path to an NBA roster for DJ, but he's impressed so far. And this one features, Chris, two of the more athletic teams in the league. That makes a pretty good setup for us tonight.
Oh, this is the perfect father-son, mother-daughter, family game to go to. This is one of those games you'll enjoy and remember your whole life. I mean, the highlights, you'll remember where you were. Something special is going to happen tonight. Trust me.
And it's the Pistons to start out. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Jackson and Bradley are in the backcourt. Lure and Drummond together down low. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. Now here's Lure. He dishes it to Drummond. And that one drops for him. Drummond's got his team on the board to start the game for Detroit.
With like 279 pounds, but why don't we just say 280? Drummond is just the force of nature when he's shooting the ball. Shrugging off contact like that is nothing.
Here's Beverly. Williams from outside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Jackson kicks to Bradley. On the way, Harris. Now, here's Lure. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
Oh, well, his rebounding stood out, too. He gave them a big lift on the board.
And Jordan sends it back. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Nobody near Williams. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Williams has got 5 now.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And Lure gets it to go.
And no fight left in the defense there after a teeth-rattling pick.
Outside Williams. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. The Pistons have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And see, Webb, one thing you can always count on is Reggie Jackson and his ability to get a shot off. Just a knack for finding seams in that defense that lead to the rim or getting some open space and putting up a quality jump shot.
But you're right, Kevin. That's why he's great in isolation sets with the clock winding down. And also, I mean, he's worked on his pull-up jumpers and floaters to have to be that option.
Williams kicks to Beverly. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Harris has got the ball. And stolen by Harris. He trains the quick shot.
And the way Harris sticks these catch and shoot jumpers is just devastating to the defense. I mean, what can they do against that?
Williams dishes to Griffin. Over Lure. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got his first 2 points.
Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
Over in the corner. Lure. That 3 off the mark. The Clippers trail. Up top, Griffin. We're covering. Griffin kicks to Gallinari. Jordan sets the pick for Gallinari. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Harris. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Well, you knew the Clippers would be hit hard in free agency. Losing both Paul and Reddick kind of changes the outlook of the team. But still, I think they're going to be solid and one that I expect to make the postseason. But I don't think that we can label them as a contender.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Billy Reed, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Harrell comes in for Blake Griffin. Rivers, he's checked in for Williams. And Teodosic subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Nice. Tying it up. They were a little disappointed that he couldn't give him the lead.
Tolliver kicks to Galloway. Inside. And that one's good. Marjanovic. And Greg with the moves. The era of Lob City, it looks like it's officially over.
Yeah, it was a fun run. But the team just, one, couldn't stay healthy, and they had some bad luck, let's face it, in the postseason. Entertaining group to watch, no doubt about it, but now we start the new era in Clipperland.
And the rejection by Marjanovic. Smith the pass to Galloway. Smith kicks to Tolliver. To the paint. Here's Marjanovic. And no good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You won't always bring your A game, but I think that loss last season surprised them and may motivate them for this one.
And yes, it's good.
And at 6'7", Johnson has the height to bang down low. He's terrific at getting quality shots in the post.
There's 38 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Teodosic. Los Angeles keeping it alive. Fresh 24. That one drops for him.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
Smith dishes to Johnson. Here is Tolliver. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Gallinari inside the three-point line. Harrell kicks to Reed. Picked by Harrell. Back to Reed. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And one of our game's most explosive dunkers, DeAndre Jordan, tells us what it feels like to be DeAndre Jordan.
You jump 20 feet in the air, it's like you're flying for a quick second. And then I've learned that how good the dunk was on the reaction of my teammates.
And for a guy like DeAndre, and a guy of DeAndre's size, guys, it's hard to believe how fluid he is in the air.
He's got some body torque into those jams, and just all around, he seems to improve his game every year.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter, that's what's given them the advantage.
Well, it does a couple of things. It gives you more opportunities, but it also sets a tone. They're the more physical, the more dominant team right now.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Decker is out there with Harrell. Then there's Wells. Then it's Reed. And it's Rivers in at the point guard position. Well, some big men in the league who are just superb at swatting away balls. Guys that you think right now are the best rim protectors, Chris, in the league.
Well, I think there's three, and it's a no-brainer with these three. I think one of the most intimidating, or the most intimidating, you have to go to DeAndre Jordan. He's the most athletic big man I've ever seen in my time in playing basketball. And with his length and his size, he can get up and block a shot quick. He can even get out there and guard some guards. We've seen him move laterally. Hassan Whiteside, this big fella has really improved his game, is really focused, gotten better in the offseason, and it's not something crazy to see him have a 10-block game. So I love seeing him. And then Rudy Gobert, we've seen him come on and become that inside dominant force for the Utah Jazz. So those three to me, really don't have one that stands out, but those three to me are the best on the defensive end when we're talking about big men defenders.
Jackson misses.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his moves.
DJ kicks to Jordan. Jordan with the screen on Lure. Three-pointer. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. The Pistons trailing. Harris passes to Brantley. Jordan against Jackson. He kicks it to Drummond. Shoots over Decker. And it's Drummond missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Pass break Detroit. Now here's Brantley. He's tightly guarded. The layup off target. Decker. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Decker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Jackson kicks to Harris. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
And that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt them there, but they can't keep doing that.
And with Tobias Harris, he's a player who bounced around more than you would think in the early part of his career. C-Web, he was traded twice in his first 5 years in the league, which is odd given how he's been growing and developing as a player.
Well, yeah, trades aren't necessarily about the team not being happy with you. It's about finding the right spot. So he had the right work ethic, so you knew Harris was going to improve. And you also knew he was going to be around. Coaches love Harris's hard-working ability. So the future's bright for this kid.
Shot to stop the drought. Harris missing again. Clippers leading by 5. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Wells kicks to DJ. Jordan dishes to Decker. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wells. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Pistons trailed by 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. For the Clippers, Alinari, he's checked in for Decker. Teodosic comes in for Wells. And it's Patrick Beverly in for DJ. And Detroit with a change here, too. Marjanovic is checked in. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Alinari outside. There's the feed to Griffin. Here's Jordan. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, and it's the long arms of Jordan, staying active on the boards for these high percentage putbacks.
Out to the right wing. Outside Brent. Puts up a 3. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Clippers leading by 7. Here's Teodosic. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Teodosic has got his first 2 points of the night. Detroit's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Jackson kicks to Bradley. Pass to Marjanovic. Jackson against Beverly. The drive by Jackson.
Oh, man, what amazing speed and body control by Jackson. Once he penetrates inside, he's searching for the foul on his shot.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he was dialed in at the line a season ago, 87% from the line.
First one falls for him.
As a kid, Jackson saw a lot of the world. His dad was in the Air Force, so he lived in Italy, England, North Dakota, Florida, Colorado. He was all over the place.
Reedy's checked in for Los Angeles. Harrell comes in for Blake Griffin. Detroit also making some changes. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Drummond. Johnson comes in for Tobias Harris. And Smith subbed in for Avery Bradley. All free throws good from Jackson.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
To the inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Corner shot, and he nails the jumper.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
It's stolen by Smith. To the middle. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Jackson.
Good movement there, and the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Clippers lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside.
Und wie immer, bevor wir zu David Aldridge runter ans Feld schalten, kurz die Halbzeitanalyse. Also das erste Viertel war schon extrem spannend. 12-12 ging es da aus. Wirklich auf Augenhöhe gespielt. Im zweiten Viertel, sagen wir mal so, die ersten 3 Minuten waren wir wirklich überlegen. Und nach den 3 Minuten, da kamen dann die Pistons zurück. Und jetzt 3 Punkte Vorsprung noch für die Clippers. Zu meiner Leistung, naja, der Turnover war einfach absolut unnötig, das muss ich zugeben. Das war auch ganz anders geplant, der lief so schön frei, dachte ich, spiele ich mal vor. aber da war noch einer dazwischen dumm gelaufen. Ansonsten ganz gut verteidigt, da habe ich dann doch ein bisschen was noch wieder rausgeholt. Und ich sag mal so, meine schlechteste Leistung war es bisher nicht und meine beste aber auch nicht. Und ja, damit gebe ich an die Seitenlinie. Wir gehen in die zweite Halbzeit. David, du hast uns was zu sagen.
Thanks very much. Doc, what do you think you'll see from them in the second half?
Well, they're moving the ball. They're just playing to the hot hand, and we got to expect that. So let's not let anyone get hot. That would be nice.
Always the coach's mantra. Thanks, Doc. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
And when everyone's keying on you, you have a choice. Become passive or just work that much harder. He consistently chooses the latter.
Well, that's the mentality of a true competitor. Some guys shrink in the face of a challenge. For him, this is what he plays for.
On the court for the Pistons, Lure and Drummond together down low. Jackson and Bradley are in the backcourt, and it's Harris in at the three. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Pistons trail by 3. And Chris, the team you spent the most time with in your career, the Sacramento Kings, what was it like playing in a smaller market? And do you think that's changed for star players today?
You know, I love playing for the city of Sacramento and the fans. Because we were a small market, I think we had some of the most passionate fans that I've ever seen in the NBA. But it was also tough, especially playing on the West Coast. You're the second or the late game on the East Coast. Many people don't see you. You don't have necessarily the support of everyone else because you're not in the larger city. So it definitely could be tough. But when you're playing a team like the Lakers or you're playing other Goliaths, you love it and you embrace that small David type aspect. And so I do think it's changed because of social media. I do think it's changed because of the internet and specifically the apps that you can now go into the locker room before and after the game. You can get a guy's thoughts right after he made a big shot or missed a big shot. And so I think if you would have had those tools, maybe it'll be different. But I think now definitely it really doesn't matter what market you play in. I mean, we were a small market at that time, but look, since it's been the OKCs and other teams that kind of have made everybody excited about basketball. So I don't think market plays that big of a part as far as your exposure and how much fans get to see you anymore.
Good overview. 6 to shoot. Lure the screen. Shot off the pick. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Williams kicks to Beverly. Jordan sets the pick for Beverly. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Now it's a 5-point Los Angeles lead. Harris misses.
They are a lousy 1 for 5 for the half. They need to find a way to get it going there.
Williams with the ball, now guarded by Bradley. Williams passes to Griffin. Over Drummond. That shot by Griffin, no good.
Now this has just been a bad shooting game, a horrible shooting game for him.
Jackson kicks to Lure. On the wing, Harris. Gallinari covering. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Clippers leading by 5.
See, I love Reggie Jackson, how he attacks players with his drive. He uses his size nicely. He's so athletic. I mean, he has one of the best Euro steps in the game and a nice tempo change to keep the D off guard.
Here's Bradley after Los Angeles picked up 3 with their lunch. Drummond dishes to Jackson. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Love seeing the offense run through the big man. Drummond with great vision and terrific feet.
And with Jackson and his ability to attack the rim, that strength plays into another strength of his, which is pulling up short and getting a jumper or a floater on the fly.
Well, that tandem of talents make Jackson such a tough assignment on defense. He has the right mentality to consistently create chances. No real easy way to defend against him.
Gallinari outside, kicks it to Griffin. Lets it go from 14. That one falls. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Oh, come on. He's fluid from that medium range. He gets everything working together.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, usually when you talk about a 6'2 shooting guard, you figure undersized defensively. Avery Bradley, Chris, won first-team all-defense in 2016.
Oh, well, I love Avery's game, and let's talk about his improvement offensively. This guy was a candidate and should have won most improved in the league, in my opinion as well. Just such a hard worker, the heart and soul of his team.
No good on that one.
I mean, and at 6'3", Bradley is a plus defender thanks to his quickness and tenacity.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a different look here for the Pistons. Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Lure. Langston Galloway's checked in for Harris. And Smith subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Good on the second free throw. And 1:01 left in the third. The dish to Rivers. There's the pass to Wells. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
I love watching Wells pull up from beyond the arc. A remarkable scorer when given room to shoot.
Down low, here's Galloway. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Passes it to Rivers. 36 seconds left to play here in the third. Offensive rebound. He gets it in there. He's got his second bucket tonight.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here is Smith. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Marjanovic. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
Drills it from outside.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate the IQ of Will. Working well off the screen, getting in prime position to score.
And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers ahead, up 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And now let's take a listen to Stan Van Gundy on a recent huddle.
Hey, get our defense and rebounding. Let's get the ball down the floor.
Wanting to get out and run a little bit. Stan Van Gundy telling his guys how they need to do it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you don't get stops or you don't take care of the backboard, it's almost impossible to get out in transition.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We've got Wells. Decker is out there with Harrell. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Teodosic in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. There's Galloway. He feeds it to Johnson. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Johnson goes in, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, many had high hopes for what Stanley Johnson could be in the NBA, but after a rough sophomore season, questions have been raised, C-Webb. The former 9th overall pick, the player of the year in high school in Los Angeles.
Take a break.
Terrific freshman year at Arizona. He saw a major regression in many areas of his game.
Well, look, the NBA is a different level, and when you come in as younger as Stanley came in, you're going to have to figure your way out. He's with a great organization, great coaches around. He should improve with hard work.
Griffin's checked in for the Clippers. one is no good. And Chris, as you grew up a Piston fan being born in Detroit, which Piston were you the biggest fan of when you were growing up?
Oh, wow. By far, Isaiah, no question. Isaiah was the heart and soul of that team. A guy that was smile, but you know, had the heart of an assassin that wanted to play and use everything that he had to get a win out of every game. The best small guard, in my opinion, the game has seen. His handles, his leadership. He was just a Chicago kid trying to make it. And then, of course, Joe Dumars, and the fact that, you know, he was just so solid, such a great guy for the community, such a heck of a two-guard out there, a defender, a guy that could spread the floor. And, of course, Bill Laimbeer, his physical play. Bob Lanier, my man Rick Mahorn, Adrian Dantley, Mark McGuire. I could keep going. Chuck Nevitt even was a Piston for a while.
Yet another way Griffin beats you. Great body control going up over the top.
Smith kicks to Johnson. Drummond a screen. Rivers against Johnson. There's a screen by Marjanovic. 4 on the clock, stolen by Rivers. And now Wells pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the shot goes in. And the Clippers lead by 13.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
Smith the pass to Galloway. Drummond the screen. Here's Galloway. Drummond the screen. 5 to shoot. Off the screen. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 4 assists in the game.
Sometimes all you have to do is dump the ball down to Drummond and get out of the way. He'll take care of the rest, utilizing his massive frame so well.
And Chris, I know you started doing a podcast, Fearless or Insane, with Chris Webber, an opportunity to have some meaningful conversations. What's that been like?
Oh, it's been great, Kevin. I've gotten a chance to talk to some friends, some mentors like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've gotten to speak to him about what it was like playing for Wooden, what it was like coming up in the crazy 60s and that time. And, you know, he's such a thoughtful and a great individual. So to hear his stories about he and Muhammad Ali, he and Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these great figures is just wonderful. I also got to speak to track legends John Carlos and Tommy Smith, who in the 1968 Olympics, you've seen them kind of protest when they put their fist up in defiance and kind of put their voice out for the voiceless. And I got to talk to them about how tough of a moment that was. Did they know the sacrifice that they were making? What happened, the backlash to what happened? And then all these years later, do they feel kind of vindicated that we're showing them so much love and people around the world appreciate what they've done? So we try to just discuss fearless or insane. You know, they say insane is doing the same thing over, expecting a different result, where these guys put their lives on the line.
Yes.
And they kind of knew that it necessarily wouldn't change the arc of justice, but they felt that they had to do it. And so it's just some cool conversations with people and athletes that were much more than an athlete. And I've learned a lot, and it's been a cool podcast.
Here's Jackson. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Jordan the screen. Beverly dishes to Jordan. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And that's as high percentage as it gets for Jordan. He has shot over 65% for his entire career.
Andre Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Jordan no good on the free throw. The NBA coaching ranks always looked at and scrutinized. Only 30 great jobs out there in the league, and yet they're on the firing line, it seems like, every season. Chris, what enables head coaches, in your opinion, to be successful? And has that changed over the years?
I think what allows you to be successful, first of all, what is your acumen for the game? Can you communicate? Can you inspire players? Are you a humble guy? And, you know, I think those are the main things that you have to, you know, have as a coach. But look, players get traded all the time. Everybody's under pressure. So, you know, just got to do your best and keep it moving.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And he knocks down the first one.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. Langston Galloway comes in for Bradley. And it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. And so Jordan nails both of them. 55 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Clippers.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for DeAndre Jordan.
Well, he showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
6 on the shot clock. Galloway sinks that one from the post. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans.
Ja, am Ende doch relativ deutlich der Sieg. Hätte ich jetzt nicht gedacht nach der ersten Halbhälfte, aber ist so. Ich finde, ich hatte deutlich zu wenig Einsatzzeit. Das ist ein bisschen blöd, aber was will man machen, ne? Ist halt so. Ich hoffe, es wird bald besser. Ich fand meine Leistung trotzdem okay.
I was looking for them boys' pride. After the way y'all took it tonight, I know they need it.
You a fool, boo-boo.
Okay, listen, my hip. Look, old sports injury. Look, we're going to stick to handshakes from now, okay?
Come on, old man, get in the gym.
Old man, nothing.
Who didn't play sports, man? No way. You're not that old, are you? I don't know.
Also ich fand meine Leistung, wie gesagt, okay. Und wenn euch das Video gefallen hat, dann lasst einen Daumen hoch da. Ihr dürft auch sehr gerne kommentieren. Und wenn ihr es noch nicht abonniert habt, dann abonniert uns doch einfach. Vergesst aber nicht, die kleine Glocke zu klicken neben dem Abonnieren-Button. Dann verpasst ihr nichts mehr bei uns auf dem Kanal. Und wenn euch das Spiel gefällt, schaut mal in die Videobeschreibung. Da habe ich euch einen Link dagelassen, über den ihr das sehr, sehr günstig kaufen könnt. Deutlich günstiger als im Laden. Außerdem findet ihr in der Videobeschreibung auch noch einen Link zur letztjährigen Serie, also unsere Serie zu NBA 2K17. Da könnt ihr mal vergleichen, was sich so getan hat. Ich gehe jetzt noch ein bisschen trainieren und wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder, also quasi morgen. Im Abspann könnt ihr jetzt auf die linke Seite des Bildschirms klicken für Tipps aus dem Kanal, auf die rechte Seite nochmal für alle Folgen NBA 2K18 und in die Mitte könnt ihr klicken, wenn ihr uns abonnieren wollt. Und damit sage ich Tschüss und macht's gut. Bis morgen.